I have just one question. Did you miss me? No, I'm just kidding. Of course you guys did. I'm just kidding. Even more kidding. Psych. I missed you guys more than you probably missed me. I'm sorry guys, it's been a couple days since I recorded. We had Thanksgiving holidays, didn't record during that time then. Our newborn got sick, and that threw another wrench into the plans. But we are back, and today we are going to be watching a clan battle. Man, artillery already firing. Nice. Now this is a clan battle between the IZ and the GR clan, so you know, buckle up. Got some awesome cores on the field today. Now on the IZ side, we have the Russian, Saxon, Prussian cores. Very fun mixture, bring a lot of beautiful cav. And on the field, we have the 12-point Bagration. He is bringing a lot of infantry, cavalry, and that such. And then of course you have the 11-point Hohenlohe, a 6-point, not even gonna try, and where's the other one? I think he's in the far corner. A Saxon player. You don't see them very much, so very excited to see an 8-pointer on the field bringing cavalry. On the French side, I believe we have a, I don't remember the points, but I know the names. So we have a Juro, a Lons, a Murat, and a Marmont. Marmont being, I believe, a 6 or 5-pointer. But yeah, this one should be a fun battle. Now, I know everybody's been complaining, or not everybody, a couple people have been complaining, probably French lovers, complaining that the French never win. I don't know if the French win this one or not. Now, skirmishers are shooting, but if the French don't win today, I will, and of course, I don't want to make it a, like, obvious thing. I will, in the next couple replays, find one where the French do win. Just because I have been noticing it too, the French have not won very much. I'm not sure if that's just the coalition being super bolstered in their strength. I don't know. But I have a couple ones where the French win. Now, some of them may be more decisive than others, so it depends, guys, on what you really want to see. Do you really want to see the French roll an enemy? You know, obviously I won't find one where it's just like a total pub slam where they just, like, destroy the enemy. But get your opinions. You can tell me in the comments. You know, do you want to sacrifice a good, close battle for a French, you know, victory where they just destroy the enemy? Because usually I feel like when the coalition win, it is a very hard-fought battle that the coalition barely win. But anyway, we are on today. We are on the map. I believe it is Bladensburg. So the French have 2 armies that start right here, and then 2 that start in the way back. So they have to march all the way up. Usually the French try to reinforce and hold this front side. I'd be interested to see what the coalition's plans are. Sometimes they just bring masses of artillery. You can see already over here a 5-gun 10-pounder and a 2-gun 10-pounder rolling up. So the coalition may be depending on masses of artillery, plus of course the horse artillery they have, you know, right here and here. So far, you know, that's what, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guns so far, and that's not even including maybe what the Prussians have in the way back, a 6-pounder and a howitzer. That's 6 more guns, so already you can see the artillery is going to be pretty dominant for the coalition thus far. We haven't even looked at what the Saxons are bringing. Although I would not be surprised if they don't bring a lot of artillery. I do see a 3-gun 4-pounder. But look at this. We have the Saxon cav way on the flank here. So we have some Chevaliers. Let's see, do they have the Prince Clemens? Prince Johann, I see. They're just, I think they're probably scouting to see what the French are. You can see the French doing a very good job of scouting their flank, making sure to screen their reinforcements pushing up. They do not want the Saxons to get gens, cav, or artillery or anything like that. Bagration is pushing across. He has made his move, not going for the center area as much as the flank. A lot of light infantry, so he brought a very shooty build. So this is my guess based on what I'm seeing build-wise. The coalition is going to go for a long fight. So they're going to try to just be defensive, maybe with their cavalry, and just try to outshoot the Imperials using artillery. I missed a cav engagement already. Already missed one. Some Prussian hussars breaking some, maybe some Chasseurs Cheval or some hussars of France. Yeah, some hussars there. Got some dragoons, though, pushing forward, trying to screen more and more. Oh, man, I went totally a 360 there. But that's what I'm going to guess, because Russia usually is the one who is the melee tank, and Prussia won't be as much. And you can see Prussia, they have a couple grenadiers, but they have mostly infantry. They do have, looks like some Saxon, a lot of Saxon troops. Actually, they have a lot of grenadiers. Holy smokes. Maybe they're going for melee, but, you know, maybe not. We do see the French make an advance. We're going to see a lot more of the French here. Oh yeah, we're seeing a lot more of the French making their appearance. Like I said, trying to shelter the town. They don't have a lot of French troops. They have a lot of mixed, like, European regiments here. Skirmishers out in front. And then more and more French along the side here. Looks like they're actually going to go for a lot of LOCs. These look like Saxon troops. Not sure if they actually are. They're definitely light infantry. Going for another hilltop here. You can see, though, Russia and Saxony already over on the flank. France trying to make maybe some decisions as to where to push. It looks like actually Saxony and Russia are going for this flank. So they may be actually pushing a right flank and letting Prussia take up this center position. Maybe they're even going to let their artillery help hold this left side, or this right side, technically for them. Hold the right side, push in with the infantry, have a flank with the artillery, shooting, supporting wherever, and then the infantry are going to swing around and come in behind them, having the artillery to kind of hold this center line between Prussia and Russia. That is a potential. Now you see France actually has a lot of troops. They seem to be actually pushing down quite heavily with the entirety of their army. Wow. They actually are pushing down with the entirety of their army. They are making a big old move. So Prussia is going to have to form up to meet them. There's two Prussians here, so, you know, they will do just fine. They have plenty of artillery. They can push up and help with the defense. And they're going to have to. That's two French armies, at least. Yeah, that's two French armies. Ooh, that is a big move there. Huge. Lons and Azuro. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, Azuro. I think so. Lons and Azuro are definitely going to be the heavy infantry builds, like the good infantry. I believe these corps don't give France a lot of good cavalry, though. They have some cav, but the coalition have definitely a lot more. I do see some dragoons, though, but there's not going to be a lot on the field today. At least, ooh, where? Oh, no, French. Ooh, can they get away in time? Nope. And they're going to get caught and killed. So a nice lightning fast strike. Now they're probably going to go for some skirmishers here who are not going to turn. Oh, wait, maybe they did. Syndicated cav out of there. The Gassaris broke a horse artillery as well. So, you know, definitely did some good there. I would not charge back in. His skirmishers definitely will survive. But here's where the big push is happening. Look at this huge assault column of sorts pushing forward. You have a front line of infantry with the French lines right behind. Prussia, however, I think will do just fine. They have reserve lines of grenadiers if they do get in a melee. They have cavalry as well, dragoons. They have, where's their heavy cav? Yeah, cuirassiers, chevaliers, and they're even going for flanks, potentially. I don't know if these French can form squares. Maybe they know. They're going to form square. The artillery's striking them, but still. Both sides are, both sides definitely having a bit of a... Ooh, nice volleys there by the French. But both sides definitely going to have, you know, cavalry to defend their infantry. I suspect this will be an infantry-heavy battle with French cav being more supportive, at least for now. The thing is, France definitely is trying to use their maneuverability. If there's one thing you should know about these corps, is the French have faster, I believe, faster moving infantry, although Prussia seems, yeah, they have G2s. Yeah, they're slow. They're definitely slow. They have some L4s, but their infantry are going to be slow in comparison. They are not going to be able to run away as quickly as France is going to be able to catch them. And France is going to utilize that to their advantage. They don't have as many troops. They don't have large masses of infantry, and it's more expensive, so they can bring elite, fast-moving armies, and the coalition can bring very large, lumbering, slow armies. So Prussia probably is going to have to make a stand at some point in the near future if they don't want to get charged in the back. However, I am liking this. You have this nice line holding right here. Maybe you can hold this flank here and let them play into the center. Make them play right into your center. Set up your artillery, defend it, and start shooting on the flank. However, I mean, they have cav pushing here, so either way, this actually could get very rough very fast for the Prussians if they are not careful. Light infantry for France in the front. Usually these guys cannot form squares, so maybe a good target for cav. However, I may be wrong. They may be able to form square. I can tell you right now, though, they have good shooting. So I guess we'll find out. Oh my goodness, we have cavalry charging through, going for some Saxon skirmishers. So already havoc being wreaking havoc, I guess would be the word for that. The Gassaris breaking more skirmishers here. But you can see now France is pushing up here. They're using their squares to force back some of the Saxon cavalry. Russia's still running away, but pretty soon here, guys, they're to form a square. Oh, they didn't. Oh no, they did not. Oh, France, don't pull out now. Maybe they did form a square. Oh, we have a counter charge by the Cuirassiers. They're charging into 3 French line infantry, so France may have been a little too aggressive, although tons of cavalry. More infantry showing up. Oh, this is going to get messy very fast for both sides. But I think some game-winning plays are going to be made pretty fast here, one way or the other. France or Prussia is about to have their mind, or their, not their mind, but their center line broken. I don't know who, because Bagration is pushing on the flank. You can see he's coming, so France wants to make a move. They got to do it fast, which I'm sure they realize that. I mean, this stuff is not hidden, so it's pretty obvious France is going to see. They got to make a decision. Are they going to have enough time to defeat Prussia before Bagration smashes the flank, or can they throw France up to meet Bagration? Artillery is set up. It's going to actually start blowing some holes in the French lines. But you can see already infantry getting melee charged by the French all over the place. Cavalry over here is engaging as well. Another French army seems to have made its appearance. France ran into a square with their dragoons. They have to spare those dragoons. They cannot lose. These Cuirassiers? Oh yeah, they have Murat. I forgot about that. They have Murat. They have heavy cavalry as well. Over on the side, Bagration charging it on the French flank, and that actually is going to start making a mess for France. France doesn't seem to be wanting to go for melee yet. However, oh my, okay. Oh, they're going to charge their infantry in the back. Still, the Cuirassiers charging in. France actually starting to break the Prussian flank. Howitzers going in. France is actually starting to break here on the flank because of the Russian Cuirassiers charging in. Prussia going for a countercharge with the Grenadiers. As the Grenadiers are going to try to make a stand in the center, as France is going to actually, interestingly enough, try shooting instead of bayonet charging. Murat still trying to defend this flank. France in melee here. More light infantry maybe trying to outshoot the Prussians here, but Prussia actually looking like they have a nice solid front line. Oh my gosh, what happened? Grenadiers and Cuirassiers just charged in, and now France is looking at maybe having a mass rout here on the flank. This is bad. France, I would start pulling out as France. This is the time to pull out. Pull out, because these French routing are going to start triggering a mass rout all along the board, and this battle's going to be over super fast. Oh no, France. Oh, France needs to run away from this. They need to get out of this now. France is about to start just Friends routing trigger or mass route here. France is advancing over here, so maybe they can hit the flank of Bagration, but this whole line needs to pull out. Don't keep engaging this. Can they form a square? I think they're going to form a square. Yep. Still, they seem to be still wanting to push up here.
Our men are running.
Oh, this is going bad. This is going bad for France. This is not looking good. Because Coalition definitely seem to be doing very, very well here. These Grenadiers holding the line beautifully, using cav and infantry to cycle in. Grenadiers holding the line for them, and then Bagration is just pushing forward with France now going for this flank. But that's a lot of Friends routing right now. Nice. Okay, this is a nice cycle charge. It's starting to break some of the Prussians, but the losses being suffered by France, I would not take this. I know I keep saying that. I would pull back. I would cut this as a loss right here. All 4 of those units, or 5 of those units, need to pull back. We do have that advance, however, they're going to start falling back. I mean, that's a wise decision. Pull back, rest up your troops, use Bagration, or not Bagration, Murat, and hit another side. Choose another army. Saxony has pushed up here on the flank. But you can see France is going to start just losing more and more troops here. Oh, more Crossairs charging in. They're going to start breaking France here. Look at the mass of infantry and cav fighting here. We do have some French cav trying to charge in and support the lines, but the cavalry from the coalition just so much stronger and more numerous, and France is going to keep committing more troops here. Now, maybe a lot of this French army will come back. That's a matter of when, if France is going to get troops in this front line. Nice square formed against those Saxon cavalry. Some Guard du Corps. It looks like, no, it's not Guard du Corps. It just reminds me of it. Now, Bagration is holding this line firm. He has artillery to support this flank, so they can hold if France tries pushing up here. But, I mean, at this point, they don't have to do anything but wait for France to attack them, because France is obviously still throwing forward more and more troops here. Looks like France formed 2 squares there. So, the Chevaliers need to get themselves out of there, because here comes Murat once again. Ooh, actually, Prussia is engaging in a line fight with France, and they are getting a bayonet charged here. Sending in cavalry to try to stop the French and be able to crush their flank. More cav can start flanking out here. Man, France is just not getting a break they need. And you can see over here, France is standing right in their routing troops. So this is just going to cause, look at the men wavering from France already. And it's because they have so many routing troops running around here. Russia can easily break this French line.
Our general is under attack.
And now Russia can go for the flank that France is trying to hold here. France actually making a little bit of progress against Prussia, but Prussia has squares and has reserves of cavalry and infantry. Over here, France seems to be breaking a little bit more of the Prussian Fusiliers. More of these Fusiliers now going to start falling back. But you can see France took some heavy losses once again. Any attack they seem to make gets heavily punished every time.
Our men are running.
And you can see over here, Russia just breaking the French, as this blob of routing French are just dragging more and more men into that rout. This is going to look to be a coalition victory once again, so I guess I got to wrangle up one of those Imperial wins.
Our men are running, sir.
I don't know. I feel like the French could have been a little more defensive. It didn't help that all these routing troops are just not helping this French army hold whatsoever. Look at this. They're just running. They're basically running along the French lines. They're all running along these French lines that are trying to hold this line. When you see a bunch of your allies' troops routing, try to get away from those routing troops. Try to walk away from that. Reform your lines where your men aren't going to be... like these troops are still pushing through routing troops. I guess over here it's fine. You know, these troops are almost here, but here come more and more routing troops that are going to walk right into your lines again. You're not helping the morale you have, you know? Ooh, we have a beautiful charge here by the dragoons against Saxon lines.
The men of the teams must rest away.
They are just... Here we go. See, France reformed. Looks like some cavalry's charging in the back lines, though. This artillery is just gonna slaughter this French line. Whatever's left of it. However, I mean... There definitely was some significant losses that the coalition have suffered. They may not have had a lot of routing troops, but they definitely have had the lines depleted a lot more. Cavalry especially, I'm sure their lines have the loss of almost half casualties. Murat is still on the field. I'm surprised Murat hasn't tried charging in against the Saxon line. The Saxon line does not have a lot of skirms. I would just clear a line here and go in. You gotta break the coalition somewhere. Even going against Russia, I guess. I mean, I know the French, the coalition have plenty of cavalry to combat your cav. But at least France seems to be stabilizing a little bit. For now, until the coalition roll up their artillery. Murat may actually be going in. We'll see. Oh, is Saxony gonna go for a bayonet charge? And Murat is gonna react to defend. I mean, they have one square, so depending on what's going to happen here, they're going to throw full infantry back to have their square form up. Saxony's going to throw forward his Prussian musketeers. France has kind of stabilized, I'd say, as best they can. But look at the morale of their cavalry. It's probably exhausted, too. Prince Clemens making a move. More crosshairs for Saxony. Oh, wow. The units, the cavalry breaking. I wonder if they're running too much, maybe. I don't know. But at this point, the morale of the French has been shot to pieces, quite literally. It's been shocked and shot by the cavalry and infantry of the coalition. At this point, it's over. feel like Murat was not able to do the stuff they needed to do. I mean, there was just too many squares and too much cavalry on the other side. I feel like they would have maybe done better to have more infantry. I don't know if that would have actually worked, because you saw how badly the cavalry wrecked. I think Murat just needed to be a little more defensive, maybe. I mean, maybe he was in the back and he couldn't get up till after the French made their advance. Either way, the cavalry the coalition brought, just too overwhelming. And this battle's turned into a landslide victory for the coalition. So I'm sorry to all of you that want to see a French win. You will get it in the next day or 2 or 3. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe. You never know. Not the close victory. It seems that the coalition were able to get the edge on the Imperials on this one. The Imperials did try to make a big move play, which, to be fair, I probably would have tried the same against the coalition. They have tons of artillery, tons of cavalry, tons of infantry. You have to make some kind of move, and they tried. It just ended up not paying off for them. The thing I remember when I first played this corps as the French, the thing that they always told me was, as the French in this corps, you have to consolidate and smash the enemy when they're all spread out, when they're in a long line, because they can't move as quickly to reinforce. It just seemed like the coalition were playing close together, and that really worked out well for them. We do have a little bit of artillery. Oh, it actually is going to cancel the Saxon cav and break them. There's just no squares. The French have, like, no squares. I think, if I remember correctly, they have 1 or 2 lines and then, like, a grenadier can form square, and that's it for the French. The coalition seemed way more put together in this corps. I don't know if that's just, like, I forget which year these corps are, but I feel like, man, the French were just not on their game. At this point, the French are just trying to pay a little bit of damage control. They have a square. I'm gonna start fast forwarding, guys. I mean, I don't want to display a rule at this point. I mean, the French obviously are losing. They are losing quite significantly. This battle actually just barely went past the 30-minute mark, and it was a very obvious, victory for the coalition. So, sorry for those who were really expecting or wanting a super nice close game. Can't always get them. Okay, you gotta appreciate the ones where there's not always a close victory, because it doesn't always happen. Okay. Obviously, I kid. I know you guys appreciate content. But yeah. So definitely it was a gamble. The French made a huge gamble pushing here, and it just didn't pay off for them. So I think they're just gonna fall back. I'm just gonna fast forward here, and unless something changes, I'll just skip to the end so we can see the results of this battle. I said usually I like to see like a side where each side has almost 1,000 kills. That's always a really good battle. And obviously, even the ones that lose have 1,000 kills. That's usually a good game. I think this game, they had 800 kills. And granted, the coalition were running down a lot of routing troops as well, trying to get to the troops. So they're gonna have way more kills, just because of that. So I'm just gonna skip to the end, guys. We'll see the results here of this battle. All right, guys. So you see here, this is the Migration, who was played by Chain. He posted this one in the clan results. You can see here he got so many kills with all his lives. I'm not sure if those are shooting kills or melee kills or what. But let me pull up the results here. You can see Chain playing Migration with 1775 for the kills. Melkor as one of the Prussias with 1012. Argens as Saxony with 1090, and Dad L with 1307. On the other side, you have Victor with 822, Little Smurf with 830, Casual with 443, and Bring Back Militia with 399. Definitely, I think they're the ones that got hit really hard in the beginning and were able to tool up before they just mass routed. Just because that shock of that cav, they didn't have the cav defense. And like I was saying before, the cores for France, they don't have a lot of cav to begin with. So they had to depend on Murat to defend them. So having a cav core there is definitely a tough thing. And I believe Casual was probably the Murat. He brought the least amount of troops. I'm assuming he was Murat. But yeah, guys, that'll be the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing it. If you like the Prussians and Russians, well, I'm sure you're happy right now. But good game, well played on each side. They definitely, the coalition got the upper hand pretty quick on, so good on them. But anyway, that'll be it. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.